With your brother?
Brother and sister?
This,
Do you look alike?
I'm speechless.
Why?
I'm so used to talking into the camera, now I can't think of anything to say.
You're going to get the
Must be a
pizza
proud
from
mother.
You might want to go around also later on and take some pictures of the pretty flowers that Berta brought over for us.
She'll be over later on with Grandma and everyone else.
Oh, very good. Who else is coming?
Grandma's looking forward to seeing you.
I haven't seen her in years.
And Berta's coming soon. Yeah.
Carry it around.
So, Mom, you going to get the pizza now?
I'm gonna go and get the pizza. That's coming down the stairs.
I got any clean on the market?
Bobby's
You got that
asking
on-
you about his
I think
laundry.
Nelson's going to be a movie producer.
You got that on
or-
tape, Mom.
I don't. When did you put it down, Bob?
He's going out to California to be a director.
I'm
Betsy,
talking.
come over here with them.
I did towels just now. No, I haven't had a chance.
Closer.
I don't have any clean underwear.
Where the sand was around my leg. A few coins there, but they were
Nothing
no,
old.
just ordinary.
Doing laundry? Okay.
I bought a new one since I was last
He
there.
went to take pictures of
Oh, boy.
You
Smile,
came along?
man. Can't. Yeah, I took a ride up on myself. Too much for the kids, too much for everybody else. Because I'm going to be going back tomorrow. Little guy's sick.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a...
How's your family?
Fine. Yeah, he's got 103.5 fever yesterday.
The little boy is sick.
Little Charlie. But it's a long trip, so I figured I'll come up and scoot right back down tomorrow. I was calling when I got here, but no, Mary Ann must be out. We got a little pool now on the side of the yard, so she must be out there. She can't run to the phone.
Busy with the camera. Hi,
Yeah.
Barbara.
Hi. How are
Maybe
you?
you'll become a movie director or something.
Yeah. Well, they got used to it over their house.
Oh, the camera?
Yes.
That has to be plugged in, or that has to be charged like that? It's not plugged in now, is it? Oh,
Either
it is
way,
plugged
there's
in.
a battery or
I mean, he can go to the beach or something without carrying anything, or out in the
he has
park?
to carry that.
Oh, he has to carry that.
We don't have a complete unit. They were more expensive.
But they're nice, they're the latest things now. Now yearbooks are now are becoming
Yep.
video.
Mhm.
Those these have these two chairs.
I thought
But then they have a little tiny beach chair.
that's all I have is beach chair.
And she said I could come and get it, but I didn't.
Okay.
You have unlimited, when you have that plugged in, you can use
The person next to him looked like they're white as a ghost. And I guess he's learned.
I got addicted to it for some reason or other.
Does he watch it?
Huh?
Nelson's got me watching. I like to watch the Mets. And it's one reason he wants to go to San Diego. He's 2 miles away from the stadium. He figures he could walk. Well, thank you. Smile.
You're good, Betsy.
Nelson, come in and take my water off.
He knows me better. Yeah, him and I would kid all the time. I remember, you're looking great. How you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
I feel
Looking
good.
good.
You know, I can't complain.
And Verna, we're going to have 2 Vernas today.
Oh,
My
yeah?
neighbor across the street.
Verna?
This is your dog.
Can I sit next to Bob up in the rocking chair?
Why not?
Sure you like it. Well, tell me what you like to drink. Betsy, whose dish is that on the floor?
It's always been the smoothest
You gotta help yourself. They're all helping themselves.
I tell you the truth, I just had something to eat. I half an hour ago.
Oh, you gotta try something though.
9:30,
It's Nelson's graduation. He's opening up a few gifts.
and then by about 11:30, 12, it was intense. And it was
From
all-
Mom and Bob.
The backside, no, the backside.
Why don't you tell them what you
It
got
was
for a
windy
gift?
On the other side, but never.
Oh, yeah?
Watch.
Now it's
It
better.
was, no. And they hit it dead low tide. Hit a high tide.
You
It
got
was
watch?
Fast.
You can pass it
God,
around
didn't
if
have
you'd
much
like.
rain, just intense winds.
What's your
The
torque
card.
thing doing?
Oh, yeah. It was bad.
This is from Aunt Verna.
I heard hearing thrashes and trees going and right to my neighbor's house.
Did many people get hurt?
No,
Fantastic.
a lot of misses. A lot of trees, no, but a lot of misses. Very nice,
Wow.
very nice.
Let me know where you're gonna
It's
put
from
it.
Aunt Verna and Uncle Foster.
Beautiful. Green's such a nice color.
That's one way of spending money, right?
Mmm.
Thanks.
I went out
Very nice.
and I got motivated when I went out to race today. So I learned.
Now, listen up, I didn't know this, I got.
From Uncle Charlie and Mary Ann.
Well,
Guess that one you recognize.
Oh, yeah.
That's Bob running.
It's blurred. I mean.
That's Bob running.
I've blown 16 to 38. So when did they win any ball games?
I guess they're starting pictures of.
Just make good use of it.
Thank you. Very generous. It's from Patty.
It must be a big, a big smile.
So just keep moving, go ahead. I had a cousin who helped me out that way once, so.
This is from
Pass
Grandma.
some legacy along.
I mean, I'll get Luby.
Was that from Luby? Is that from Luby?
My cousin.
And this is cute, no flowery peaches, no floweration. Congratulations.
You know, I was going to Nelson Mandela.
Gorgeous.
Oh, how
What does it
cute.
That's from Luby.
What does it say?
Oh, isn't that cute?
That's appropriate, it's the right colors.
What am I supposed to do about the
Okay.
It's button links.
Do you know the kind they are? Well, the new ones. You clip them onto the butt.
Oh, you put them on buttons. You put them all over the buttons?
No, I mean, see.
Oh.
Come on, you don't have to have the holes now, just like now.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know they did that.
What, cup
That
them?
makes sense.
Button links. They the buttons look fancy.
I've never heard of them.
Why?
That's nice.
Why?
The button links, I've never heard of them. But that's a nice idea.
This is from Grandma.
Silence is deafening.
What is this?
Grandma.
is nice.
Do you have any parting words
Um,
to everybody?
thank you.
We got enough chairs now?
She has to change.
Nelson, you have to introduce everybody.
Where's John and Robbie? I don't have them on.
John is here and Rob is doing his best to disappear on you. You're gonna have to.
She has a change
Driving
at
away.
all. I recognize
He's
her
so
when I
upset.
came in here.
Who's that?
John, where'd Rob go?
Don't grow any older, huh?
No, she hasn't changed, period.
John, you're like your father. You're gonna get more and more.
And of course, when I looked this way, I
I
knew
mean,
that
you
was
did
his
look like your
daughter.
father, now you
She looks just like him, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, I have no personality type. I'm just about the looks. I see I have his strength or your way down.
Now she,
Betsy, you take care of
takes after your
okay?
father's
Charlie, you
family.
can see my little one.
You can see
No.
that.
Here's Barbara's aunt.
Verna. We got two Vernas, that'll be easy for you.
Okay, and that's Patty. My name is Patty. Yep. Your husband.
Johnny, you used to.
Thanks, take
Verna, Foster.
There might be meds are gonna lose.
That might be the other graduate, huh?
This is John, he's gonna graduate.
That's
He's
right.
gonna graduate.
I don't know if you remember my relatives, my mother's sister. They live in Shenango.
Yeah,
They live in Port Dick. Patty lives
they're a
in
little,
Port Dick.
Where's Christy?
And they have a granddaughter who's graduating from Shenango Forks. We got three, sorry, Shenango Valley. I always get the two mixed up.
Or is she?
And this is Rob.
My sandals.
where do you go to school? UE?
You gonna stop right
This
there?
is my neighbor Verna.
He graduates next week.
Yeah, we have a granddaughter who graduates
I go with that
next year.
From where? Shenango.
Shenango Valley.
Christy, you met Christy at a wrestling
Well, I hope
match?
not. I hope that isn't, it's the church though.
Yeah,
You
but
met
me
Christy at a
and
wrestling match?
Oh,
you
yes,
probably
yes.
met some of the,
Older than Rob, he's 16.
what sports are you in? Any?
Play football.
Just football.
How's the team this year?
How are they?
See, I graduated from Binghamton Central.
Rob plays the
Were you born around here, Billy?
No, I was Pennsylvania.
Level 66 covered.
Side where it's raised.
But it's mozzarella.
So different.
Oh, she got a wiffle ball? What else?
What did you boil them? Yeah,
Probably.
No, I wasn't here. Just try this.
Probably somewhere.
You're not filming.
So tell me, how
Yeah.
did you make out against UE, Binghamton?
Like, have you ever been on film before?
They fought, they just
Briefly.
had Chris fights,
One
all
movie I
kinds
was in.
of rumbles, everything.
Johnny, you hear
I
that?
was in this one movie
Everything. I
with,
was always against
Robert
Dewey, and then
Redford.
I moved
You know that
up here to
movie,
Endicott, you know.
Mhm.
No,
And then my daughter went there.
Gopher? Is it six?
So my children all went up that way all my life, you know.
No, you stuck for your whole life.
I did.
Well, this year Binghamton
Christy?
did fantastic. Didn't they get
I don't know.
basketball?
No.
Good girl, Christy.
John, I got that on tape. Are you guys sick of these by now?
No, I don't care.
Would you like to narrate what the cake represents?
Sure. Green and white. The Seton's color, correct?
That's right.
The hat, which is right here, symbols your graduation cap.
Mhm. Yes.
Which all graduates wear, right?
Mhm.
This depicts your diploma, which all graduates must have, right?
That's right.
True?
Yep.
You do it down on what you have.
You'll know more what's going on.
Let's say farewell.
All right, go ahead.
We're gonna say farewell.
Yeah, and I had
Right here, John, I can get one.
Keep the women. No? Where I taught you.
No, they mail it away.
Be like
They don't do it here.
You don't get it fast though.
Have fun.
Yeah, it'll take about 6
See
weeks.
someday when you're
Oh, no,
business success.
that's
I'm poor.
You know what it is?
Where's Christy? Bob, what people are not here? Explain to us who's in here.
Dave and my father, not present at this time.
Where are they? Where did they go?
Fishing trip. Trying to catch some women. Fishing, I don't know.
Huh? Ready? You going on the, there, bud?
Oh, you're getting faster than that. Oh, you get 10 days. At the post office. And I think you're even faster down with,
Yeah, I suppose Monday I ought to get right on that.
Oh, you can't fool around with it,
No, well, I don't have that much time. I just found the verse.
Are you camera shy?
No, but I don't like glasses on my head, and I don't think you need my picture.
Yeah, we do.
Why?
I don't have 25 years.
I don't know. I got a close-up of you here.
Do you remember when you first moved here and Mr. Rosie took his movies?
2 days off this year.
Yeah, I remember. It was a Snoopy movie.
Right, right. You wrote a whole story about Snoopy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take his picture.
Monday or something like that.
Serving the community
Yeah, we're not
since
in any big hurry with
1867.
that.
The Binghamton
So,
Savings Bank.
see, we
If you
always-
wanted to stand on the day, you could always
We
put
might.
up with it.
See?
You know they got the space missile center, whatever you call it out there.
5 minutes from the mayor.
Yeah, it's. I have personally not seen a museum.
Everybody can see. Helen said,
Get the
"She'll
system
sit."
together.
I like her picture. I mean, her father. Yeah, that is the Helen. Where'd you get that?
Helen's got a picture.
Pardon me? Oh, am I the picture?
Yes, you are.
Say something to her because your voice comes on too.
Oh, it does?
Say
Yes.
something.
Well, good luck to you, Nelson. I'll be thinking of you in college.
Invite us out to California.
Yes.
Invite us out to California. We like to come.
You know, we're going to see them in Alabama a week, 2 weeks Friday.
Do you think you've got enough light?
What?
It really is pretty dark in here. You think you got enough light?
Not open that for me. I don't know how you open it. How we should buy
Would it help to turn this on?
And Helen, and my neighbors Joan and Glenn.
Hi. Good to see you.
And look at that baby.
She's going on
Little girl.
Oh, she is bright-eyed, isn't she?
She's alert, man.
4 months.
She likes to pose for pictures. Look at this.
Get a permanent record here.
Did those pictures you took that Pure Land party?
Well, she's shaking her head no, but they came out not good. It was very dark.
There's some good pictures.
Who was it? She didn't like
Did we keep those pictures or did we erase them?
No, because his name. You're not supposed to look at the pictures.
Wait a minute, she wouldn't know.
Say, look at your Barbara.
Isn't she precious?
She's
What's her name?
Karen.
Karen?
Are you up here for the whole week, Bob? Or?
I'm leaving tomorrow. No, I'm back. Pretty sure.
Did you like the
Boy, she is.
Yes, I'm telling her. It's
It's so easy. You don't have to
text
learn it. You gotta do it.
got
Now
some
she hasn't started really ramming.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
easy, yeah.
What's this? Delicious.
If it's up close, she reaches all the
She sees her there and she's thinking about it. She's
She
trying
hasn't
to.
quite figured out what purpose her hands play.
Hey,
She'll
Lindy
put a
has
pacifier in off
Although
and she'll
she's
take her
learned,
hand away.
she's learned to pull her pacifier out and put it back in.
Yeah? Boy, it's fun to watch them develop.
Is it okay? Yeah. Well, now I get the number and I'll call down there.
Smile for them. You gotta smile
Funny,
for
sorry.
them. No, don't. Oh, I'm sorry. That's your security, isn't it? Isn't that your security? She's done well this year then. She's quiet.
But I didn't. She did real well. She had to go out with her girlfriend. Her boyfriend were next the other day. Now, you stop.
variety of ways all year, and who have joined us to help celebrate this liturgy. Our main celebrant is Father John Lerner, Associate Pastor of St. Anthony's Parish in Endicott, New York. Father
and thinking were all those of a child. Now that I am a man, I have no more use for childish ways. What we see now is like a dim image in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. What I know now is only partial. Then it will be complete. Complete as God's knowledge of me. Meanwhile, these three remain. Faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. This is the word of the Lord.
The most organized girl in the class is Trisha Betts. Trisha is prepared for everything. She even has a supply of quarters for the hot cash hit radio contest. Comedians without jazz are plentiful in this class. Take Gary McDonough, for example. Please take him. No, really, his imitations of teachers during English class were unsurpassed, and Andrea Delapente's sense of humor kept the sides of many kids aching for hours. And what about the class's favorite club? Naturally, it was the Dawn Club. Did you know that a plaque is going to be hung in Mr. Rush's room? It will read, quote, "On this day, April 12, 1986, Colleen the Seal managed to remain silent for 30 minutes. That's right, not one word was spoken. It's a miracle." Honestly, Colleen is a gal of many interests. She just has to talk about them all of the time. Track, music, blues concerts, you name it, Colleen was a part of it. Laura Hoppel is a gal of many interests too. When the class got awarded for trap shooting ability, they lightened up on the teasing. I wonder why. Speaking of Laura, she and Andy Schwing had quite a bit of competition going in the science fair. Each one was determined to beat the other out for first place in the science fair. They tried everything, including best in psychological warfare, to outsmart each other. In the end, this dynamic duo came in first place for Andy and second place for Laura at the Broome County Science Fair. And what made it great was that they seemed generally happy for each other after it was all settled. We had a lot of winners this year. There was a winning soccer season thanks to the team effort and the outstanding goaltending by Karen McCoy. We also went to the record books with the first score scored by a Seton girl in stat competition. Hooray for Jenny Sioka. Dan Annette and I were lucky enough to win the editorial contest sponsored by the Evening Press, and Tricia Betts proved to be the only school journalist to have her article published by the Evening Press in the section on school news. Newspapers were a big part of our year, with many of us writing, editing, typing articles for our two editions of the Seton Sky, our school newspaper. We had some social events too. Remember the 8th grade chorus line at the Thanksgiving party in the cafeteria for 250 parents and students? Those girls wowed the audience with their rendition of the Bunny House and the Limbo. Speaking of dances, our slightly delayed Valentine's dance, held in May, was a big success. Of course, who could forget our Christmas extravaganza? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It went on and on. It was a welcome break for classes. Our sincere thanks to all the moms and dads who have worked on PTO committees and bingo teams to help sponsor many of our fun activities. You are a special part of our lives in more ways than one. The class of 1986 loved the party. Birthday celebrations were always going on in the cafeteria. Friends would plan and organize the treat days in advance. One group of Jenny Sioka's friends brought in a bottle of bubbly imitation champagne to welcome Jenny back from the orthodontist. The occasion? Jenny's braces were removed that morning. When Ryan Leonard's family was transferred in the middle of the year, the entire class pitched in for a beautifully decorated cake. This class also loved to sing up a storm. From the backseat choir on the ski bus that loved to serenade the skiers, to the student choir that accompanied our school masses for the first time, these groups had heart. Thanks to Mr. Abrams and his guitar, many of us were encouraged to share our talents, our flutes and electronic keyboards, and our guitars to make beautiful music together. They were threads of friendship, they were threads of hard academic challenges, as well as the spiritual events that helped to create the fabric of our lives here at Seton. We had monthly liturgy, at which many of the priests here tonight celebrated. We had a penance service and an authentic Seder meal during Passover. And for the first time, 25 of us packed up for an overnight retreat with Father Hughes and his Irish Wolfhound team seminar. This is an attitude test. Praise the Lord. That's the spirit. We had lots of spirit. Whether we were planning a dance or undertaking the tremendously successful candy sale that financed all of our class's graduation activities. With Mrs. Sanchez doing a fine job of coordinating, this class has had an outstanding year. We have just shared with you a few of our special class. It's a class with class. Each and every one of you have become a part of the fabric of our lives. From our hardworking principal, Sister Marie Denise, to To the special caring teachers, to the staff members that help make this school run smoothly, to you, our parents and friends and classmates, we will never forget you. Wherever we go, whatever we do, a part of you will always be with us, for you have been an important part of our lives. We would like to close with this blessing. As you go in Christ, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may the good Lord hold you in the palm of his hand. Amen.
Andrea Franciscovich.
Sisters, friends. This is one of them.
Doug Nguyen.
There are millions all over.
Anne Marie Bosey.
Sister's best friend. No, right here.
Todd McCormick.
The Yankees are winning 3-0 in the third inning.
What's the score of the Mets game?
I don't know. That was listening. They didn't give it.
What's your name?
For the record.
Mary
Joseph
Monaco.
Andrew. Used to be after the third.
Are you here? You don't have anyone graduating.
Now I'm here with Aaron. Carrie's brother's graduating.
Jennifer Koplik.
Who's never my sister's friend?
Jennifer Avery. Amy Spichalski.
Who's another one of her friends?
How do you know who they are?
They call our house all the time.
Daniela Layler.
The whole family looks alike.
I know they do.
Teresa
She got an
Oliver.
article in the paper once. It's her name in there. You know how I write in the paper?
Yeah.
The press and stuff.
I don't know if this is focusing.
Tracy McCormick. Meg Harding.
Who's Tom Harding's sister?
Oh, really? Hey, kind of good side.
She's sort of friends with my sister.
Yep.
Robert Olbrecht. Christopher Fuller. Elizabeth Papucci.
There's Sis. That's Sis. Does that have a sound thing?
Yes, it does.
David
Will that come
Schunak.
Yes, it will.
Teresa Cooney. Mel Andrews Schwing.
Trina's
Are they here?
So my mom is somewhere around here.
Bernadette Kohut.
No, I gotta go back. Where are the Mets playing? The Mets aren't playing at home. They're playing, they're
Yeah,
playing
they're
the Cubs.
playing the Cubs. Where's my mom? My mom would.
Lester Thomas. Denise Carty. Daniel Ina.
Tonight, appreciation to Ms. Thornhill and the excellent job she did for our students who took the math course 1 algebra. At this time, I would like to show recognition to the following students who received a mark of 92 or above on that course 1 Regents. And when I call the names of the students,
Mrs. Francis and Ms. Thornhill, we'd like to present you to a few favorite flowers, all of those that you've done to help us this year.
Boston always finishes first.
It's a big concept. It's Boston in the Philippines, which is called the Manila Pyramids. There's no way you're going to I don't know about the Manila stuff. But they're in now, I can tell you. I don't know about that piece of story.
now that's the program. As was mentioned this evening, we had a candy sale to raise funds for 8th grade activities this year, and the results were really tremendous, and we were able to raise much more money than we needed for all our activities. So, on behalf of the graduating class of 1986, I'd like to present this check for $100 to Sister Marie for the school. They didn't tell me I could use it for a trip. Now, as we come to the final phase of the class of 86's years here at
I haven't
Seton,
seen any girls cry.
we, the faculty members, and all who have played a part in the formation of these important years, wish each graduate success in the remaining years of education and pray that the foundations they have received will be one that will withstand any storm. We will now begin the passing of the flame.
Do I want to record this?